Hey everyone, this is already from Abstrakt Music Lab, and today we're creating the plucks from the Youth tracks called Mirage, and it sounds like this. This is the original. And the recreation. It's pretty damn close. I'm really happy with this recreation, and as usual, you can grab it here in the description below. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you loved it, hit the subscribe. If you have any recommendations, leave it here in the comment sections. I'd love the challenge. And as usual, if you want to support the channel, you can buy my preset pack here in the description below, or you can buy me a coffee, also available here in the description below. But enough with the talking, and let's start with the sound design, so let's get down to business. And we're going to start by activating oscillator A and oscillator B. Oscillator A is going to be a default wave. Oscillator B is going to be a sine wave. And it sounds like this. What we're going to do now is put the level of oscillator A to 47%. And oscillator B, we're going to put it to 79%. So it sounds a little bit more like this. You can see that it kind of has the sound, but it's still really far away from it. We're going to also activate the noise, click this tick button, and also put the level all the way down. It's not going to make any change right now, but we're going to use the noise later on with the envelopes. So envelope 1, what we're going to do, we're going to put the decay here to 840. The sustain is going to be at minus 9.5. And the release is going to be at 542. And it sounds like this. So starting out with a modulation of the noise, we're going to use envelope 1 to modulate the level of the noise, and it's going to be here at 60, and it sounds like this. You can already feel a little bit of noise over there, but now we're going to activate the filter MG Low 18. We're going to choose all. We're going to put the cutoff here to 138. What we're going to do here, also the resonance at 0, the drive is going to be at 29. And it sounds like this. Almost can't hear anything because we need now an envelope 2 to modulate the sound of the filter. So envelope 2 we're going to do is 1.05. The sustain is going to be at 63%. And the release is going to be at 486 milliseconds. And this is going to modulate the filter at 72. So it sounds a little bit like this. It's the sound that we want, but still a little bit too open. So we're going to further shape the sound here in the effects section. And in the effects section, we're going to start with a filter. So in the filter, we're going to choose another MG18. We're going to put the cutoff to 35. And we're going to put the envelope here already to 35 as well. So it sounds like this. Resonant at 4, drive at 0, fat at 19%. But we need a little bit more of pluck, and we're going to do a little bit of this pluck with envelope 3. So envelope 3, we're going to put the decay to 1.64. The sustain we're going to put all the way down. The release is going to remain the same, and we're going to pick this hand over here, and we're going to put right in the middle of the 1, okay? We're going to use envelope 3 and modulate this at 10. So this is going to give a little extra attack to the sound. Without it, you can hear that it's just a little initial attack to the sound. Now, reverb, we're going to pick the size here at 37%. The decay is going to be at 5.4. The low cut is going to be at 35%. The high cut is going to be at 24%. The spin, both are going to be at 0. And the wet at 41%. But it still has a little bit too much of low end over there. So we're going to pick here a low cut. Q is going to be here at 44. And the frequency of the low cut is going to be at 538. A bit better, right? And now with a high shelf, we're going to put this to 2055. The Q is going to be at 44 as well, and the gain is going to be at 4, just to boost a little bit of the high end. Now, delay. Delay, we're gonna put both to 1/8. The frequency is gonna remain here at 816. The Q all the way down to 0.8, and the mix is going to go to 36%. But can you see here the velocity that it's not the same? If I show you the MIDI, you can see that some notes play in a bigger velocity than others. And that's because that's how the original does. You can see this note has a much lower velocity than this one. So that's what we're doing here. We're gonna use the velocity to further automate the sound. So we're gonna pick the velocity and we're gonna put this in the matrix to envelope 2 in the auxiliary source. Basically this is going to modulate this knob over here. So if it's at 100%, this is going to be at 100%. If this is at 50%, this is going to be at 50%. This is what this auxiliary knob does. So we're also bending this a little bit higher. You can see especially that note that had a low velocity that it plays a little bit dimmed. It's not so prominent, and that's what we want with the sound. So now we're gonna just put the master to 76%. And it's still pretty far from the sound that we want because it's so static. And this sound from the original track, as you can listen, it varies a lot. Sometimes the cutoff is too open, sometimes the attack is so high, for example. You can see that the attack is not static, especially the first note has a little bit of a wong, bung, bung, boom. And also the notes, the cutoff, it's not static. So that's what we're gonna do here with an automation here in macro 1 and macro 2. You can see here the automation to macro 2 over here and macro 1 over here. So macro 1, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start here and put this to 40 in the oscillator A level. We're gonna also pick here, go to envelope 1. We're gonna put the decay here to 38. So basically we're gonna increase the decay as we increase the macro 1. We're also doing this to envelope 2. We're gonna put this to 17. And we're doing this also with the frequency of the filter. I said MG low 18, and this is what it should be. So MG low 18 over here, not 24. And this macro is going to be here at 39. Just so you can listen what it does to the sound. And now with the automation, just so you can listen. You can see that it feels a little bit more like the original song. And now we also need to do that wong in the initial sound and also in this note over here. We're gonna do this with macro 2. So macro 2, we're gonna go back to envelope 1. Macro 2 is going to go here in the attack at 20. And also here in the decay as 20 as well. And in envelope 2, we're gonna go here and put this attack at 30. And envelope 3, also the attack here at 30. So now when you listen to it, you can see that it has a little bit of the wong, wong, and also it's not a static cutoff anymore. Now it varies along with the note, along with the velocity, along with the shape that we're doing here in the automation. And that's it. I hope you liked this tutorial. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you loved it, hit the subscribe, and I see you in the next Abstrakt video next week. Ciao.